When you think of wealth, luxury, and sophistication, what color flashes in your mind first? Gold with its shine, deep black with its mystery, or royal blue with its commanding depth? Strangely enough, none of these colors truly capture what the quietly rich wear when they want to look powerful but effortless. The real answer is much simpler. It's beige. Beige is like the background of a painting, never stealing the spotlight, yet holding the entire picture together. It doesn't shout, it doesn't beg for validation. Instead, it whispers, "I am enough. I do not need more to prove my worth." Today, let Dress, Dine, and Shine unfold the secret language of beige, its psychology, its timeless history, its role in the wardrobes of the rich, and the clever ways you can use it to elevate your own presence. Beige is the language of subtle power. Every society has had a way of showing power through clothing. Kings wore crowns, generals wore armor, modern celebrities wear extravagant designer logos. But here's the truth. True power never shouts, it whispers. And beige is exactly that whisper. When someone enters a room in neon green, they are noticed immediately. But that notice fades quickly. When someone enters in beige, people look twice because there is something unusual about someone not demanding attention, yet commanding it. Beige carries the confidence of, "I don't need to try too hard." It creates an aura that says, "I am already established, already complete." This is why billionaires, CEOs, and royals often gravitate toward muted palettes. Beige is not about being invisible, it's about being untouchably calm in a loud world. The psychological pull of beige. Color psychology is fascinating. Each shade triggers something deep inside us. Red makes the heart race. It excites. It alarms. Black intimidates. It suggests control, but also distance. Green calms and renews. Beige does something subtle yet profound. It grounds us. Beige belongs in the family of earth tones. Our brains connected to sand, stone, wheat, raw silk, all symbols of stability and nourishment. Unlike white, which can feel sterile, or black, which can feel severe, beige creates warmth without chaos. Luxury spaces know this. Walk into a high-end spa, a boutique hotel in Paris, or an art gallery. The walls and interiors are often in shades of beige, taupe, and cream. Why? Because beige creates a frame that lets everything else shine. On the human body, beige has the same effect. It softens sharpness, balances boldness, and makes the person appear more approachable yet refined. It says, "I am calm, I am safe, I am grounded." And strangely enough, that calmness itself looks expensive. Beige through history, the color of the elite. Let's time travel. Before beige was called beige, it was simply the color of natural, unprocessed fabrics. Linen, wool, silk, muslin, all carried this shade when left undyed. In ancient Egypt, beige cotton linen was not just a fabric but a spiritual choice. Priests and nobles wore it to represent purity, clarity, and closeness to the gods. White linen was considered divine, but beige, with its warmth, was easier to maintain and carried dignity without ostentation. In India, beige was everywhere in handloom cotton and khadi. It was both humble and elevated. For the common person, it was daily wear, but for the elite, especially when woven in muslin or silk, it became a symbol of understated refinement. In Europe, during the Renaissance, brilliant dyes like crimson and indigo were expensive, but pure whiteness was even more costly. The wealthy often embraced soft beige, ivory, and cream because they signified privilege. They showed that one could afford to wear light clothing that didn't need to be hidden from dirt and labor. In the 20th century, beige exploded into fashion through icons like Coco Chanel and Audrey Hepburn. Their camel coats, cream suits, and beige accessories became timeless markers of elegance. Beige was no longer accidental. It became intentional. Thus, from priests to queens to fashion houses, beige has always been linked with quiet refinement. Beige and the modern rich look. Quiet luxury. Fast forward to today. The word on everyone's lips in fashion is quiet luxury. It's about invisible wealth, not logos, not glitter, not shouting, but subtlety. Think of the wardrobes of Gwyneth Paltrow, Victoria Beckham, or royals like Kate Middleton. They lean heavily on beige, cream, camel, and taupe. Why? Because beige communicates, I don't chase trends. I invest in timeless fabrics and tailoring. I don't need a logo to validate me. Even luxury brands have caught on. Hermes, Max Mara, and Bottega Veneta release entire collections in neutral palettes. Their message, true wealth is not about being noticed. It's about being remembered for poise. Beige, then, is the uniform of quiet luxury. How to wear beige without looking boring. This is the challenge many face. Beige can look flat if not styled right. But once you understand the rules, beige transforms into the richest looking shade in your wardrobe. A. Play with textures. A plain beige t-shirt might feel lifeless, but beige in cashmere, silk, suede, or linen instantly radiates depth. The eye doesn't just see beige, it sees the richness of the material. B. Layer shades of beige. Beige is not one color. It's a spectrum. Cream, oatmeal, taupe, camel, sand, ivory. When you layer these together, it creates dimension, like a painting with depth. C. Add gold, pearl, or earthy accents. Jewelry against beige is powerful. A gold chain glows brighter. Pearls feel softer. Even a jute clutch or a tan leather belt looks elevated because beige acts as the perfect backdrop. D. Use strong neutrals for balance. Pair beige with white for a crisp look, with black for strong contrast, with olive or chocolate for earthy sophistication. Beige doesn't compete, it collaborates. The beige wardrobe staples that always look expensive. If you want to look rich without saying a word, these are your non-negotiable beige pieces. Beige trench coat, the London classic, instantly cinematic. Camel knit sweater, cozy but intellectual, perfect for layering. Beige linen kurta or dress, light, airy, sophisticated summer elegance. Cream silk sari or dupatta, regal, timeless, and perfect for heritage occasions. Tailored beige trousers or skirt, versatile and endlessly rewearable. Beige handbag and heels, the finishing touch that elevates everything. Each of these pieces lasts for years and never goes out of fashion. That's why they read as wealth. Beige in global culture. Not just fashion. Beige is more than clothing. It's a universal aesthetic of elegance. Japan's wabi-sabi, the philosophy of beauty in imperfection, embraces beige in tatami mats, pottery, and tea rituals. Beige here means humility and natural balance. Middle Eastern architecture, palaces and mosques built from beige sandstone remain timeless and majestic. Beige stone carries both strength and serenity. India's khadi and muslin, political freedom, spiritual grounding, and elegance all wrapped in beige-toned fabric. Gandhi wore it to symbolize strength in simplicity. Modern interiors. Minimalist homes and luxury hotels favor beige walls and furniture because they create peace, order, and understated luxury. When you wear beige, you're not just wearing a color. You're wearing a philosophy that the world recognizes. Beige and human psychology. Why does beige make people think you look rich? Here's the deeper secret. Why does beige make people think you look rich? Contrast against chaos. In a room full of prints and patterns, the person in beige stands out by being calm. That calm reads as power. Minimalism equals status. Our brain subconsciously links less with more expensive. A diamond in a simple setting looks richer than one surrounded by excess. The same principle applies to beige. Attention on you. Loud colors distract. Beige frames your personality. The person gets noticed, not just the outfit. So beige is not just a shade, it is a psychological strategy. The real secret. Beige is never about the color alone. Beige's magic is not in the pigment itself. It is in the story it tells. Beige represents the confidence to be understated, the control to avoid excess, the wisdom of timeless choices, the strength of calm. In a noisy world, beige is the quiet voice that everyone still listens to.
So the next time you see a beige kurta, a camel sweater, or a cream sari and wonder if it's too plain, remember this: beige is never plain. Beige is poetry. Beige is philosophy. Beige is wealth disguised as simplicity. Because true elegance does not scream, it whispers, and beige whispers the loudest. If you find this video useful, then don't forget to like, share, comment, and do subscribe to my channel, Dress, Dine and Shine, for more such videos.